Welcome to my videos. Amazon AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Set 6. Which of the following are AWS compute services? Choose 2, A. Amazon Lightsail. B. AWS Systems Manager. C. AWS CloudFormation. D. AWS Batch. E. Amazon Inspector. Correct answers, A and D. A company needs to report on events that involve the specific AWS services that the company uses. Which AWS service or resource can the company use with Amazon CloudWatch to meet this requirement? A. Amazon Inspector. B. AWS Personal Health Dashboard. C. AWS Trusted Advisor. D. AWS CloudTrail Logs. Correct answer, D. A company with AWS Enterprise Support needs help understanding its monthly AWS bill and wants to implement billing best practices. Which AWS tool or resource is available to accomplish these goals? A. Resource tagging. B. AWS Concierge Support Team. C. AWS Abuse Team. D. AWS Support. Correct answer, B. Which of the following is an AWS key value database offering consistent single-digit millisecond performance at any scale? A. Amazon RDS. B. Amazon Aurora. C. Amazon DynamoDB. D. Amazon Redshift. Correct answer, C. A company is developing a new Node.js application. The application must have a scalable NoSQL database to meet increasing demand as the popularity of the application grows. Which AWS service will meet the requirements for the database? A. Amazon Aurora Serverless. B. Amazon Elasticache. C. Amazon DynamoDB. D. Amazon Redshift. Correct answer, C. A company wants to set up an entire development and continuous delivery toolchain for coding, building, testing, and deploying code. Which AWS service will meet these requirements? A. Amazon Code Guru. B. AWS Code Star. C. AWS Code Commit. D. AWS Code Deploy. Correct answer, B. Which service enables customers to audit API calls in their AWS accounts? A. AWS CloudTrail. B. AWS Trusted Advisor. C. Amazon Inspector. D. AWS X-Ray. Correct answer, A. A company is moving its office and must establish an encrypted connection to AWS. Which AWS service will help meet this requirement? A. AWS VPN. B. Amazon Route 53. C. Amazon API Gateway. D. Amazon Connect. Correct answer, A. A company needs steady and predictable performance from its Amazon EC2 instances at the lowest possible cost. The company also needs the ability to scale resources to ensure that it has the right resources available at the right time. Which AWS service or resource will meet these requirements? A. Amazon CloudWatch. B. Application Load Balancer. C. AWS Batch. D. Amazon EC2 Auto Scaling. Correct answer, D. Which action will provide documentation to help a company evaluate whether its use of the AWS cloud is compliant with local regulatory standards? A. Running Amazon Guard Duty. B. Using AWS Artifact. C. Creating an AWS support ticket. D. Evaluating AWS CloudTrail logs. Correct answer, B. A company wants a cost-effective option when running its applications in an Amazon EC2 instance for short time periods. The applications can be interrupted. Which EC2 instance type will meet these requirements? A. Spot instances. B. On-demand instances. C. Reserved instances. D. Dedicated instances. Correct answer, A. A retail company is building a new mobile app. The company is evaluating whether to build the app at an on-premises data center or in the AWS cloud. Which of the following are benefits of building this app in the AWS cloud? Choose 2, A. A large, upfront capital expense and low variable expenses. B. Increase speed for trying out new projects. C. Complete control over the physical security of the infrastructure. D. Flexibility to scale up in minutes as the application becomes popular. E. Ability to pick the specific data centers that will host the application servers. Correct answer, B, D. A developer is working on enhancing applications at AWS. The developer needs a service that can securely host GitHub-based code, repositories, and version controls. Which AWS service should the developer use? A. AWS Code Star. B. Amazon Code Guru. C. AWS Code Commit. D. AWS Code Pipeline. Correct answer, C. What is an AWS region? A. A broad set of global, cloud-based products that include compute, storage, and databases. B. A physical location around the world where data centers are clustered. C. One or more discrete data centers with redundant power, networking, and connectivity. D. A service that developers use to build applications that deliver latencies of single-digit milliseconds to users. Correct answer, B. Which AWS benefit enables users to deploy cloud infrastructure that consists of multiple geographic regions connected by a network with low latency, high throughput, and redundancy? A. Economies of scale. B. Security. C. Elasticity. D. Global reach. Correct answer, D. A company is considering a migration from on-premises to the AWS Cloud. The company's IT team needs to offload support of the workload. What should the IT team do to accomplish this goal? A. Use AWS managed services to provision, run, and support the company infrastructure. B. Build hardware refreshes into the operational calendar to ensure availability. C. Use Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon ECS, on Amazon EC2 instances. D. Over-provision compute capacity for seasonal events and traffic spikes to prevent downtime. Correct answer, A. What is a benefit of using AWS serverless computing? A. Application deployment and management are not required. B. Application security will be fully managed by AWS. C. Monitoring and logging are not needed. D. Management of infrastructure is offloaded to AWS. Correct answer, D. A company plans to launch an application that will run in multiple locations within the United States. The company needs to identify the 2 AWS regions where the application can operate at the lowest price. Which AWS service or feature should the company use to determine the regions that offer the lowest price? A. Cost Explorer. B. AWS Budgets. C. AWS Trusted Advisor. D. AWS Pricing Calculator. Correct answer, D. Which approach will enhance a user's security on AWS? A. Use multi-OS deployments with Amazon RDS. B. Create a hybrid architecture by using AWS Direct Connect. C. Monitor application-specific information with AWS X-Ray. D. Encrypt data by using AWS Key Management Service, AWS KMS. Correct answer, D. Which AWS service or tool is associated with an Amazon EC2 instance and acts as a virtual firewall to control inbound and outbound traffic? A. AWS WAF. B. AWS Shield. C. Network Access Control List, ACL. D. Security Group. Correct answer, D. A company wants to migrate its on-premises Microsoft SQL Server database server to the AWS Cloud. The company has decided to use Amazon EC2 instances to run this database. Which of the following is the company responsible for managing, according to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model? A. EC2 Hypervisor. B. Security patching of the guest operating system. C. Network connectivity of the host server. D. Uptime Service Level Agreement, SLA, for the EC2 instances. Correct answer, B. A developer wants to deploy an application on a container-based service. The service must automatically provision and manage the backend instances. The service must provision only the necessary resources. Which AWS service will meet these requirements? A. Amazon EC2. B. Amazon Lightsail. C. Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, Amazon EKS. D. AWS Fargate. Correct answer, D. Which tasks require use of the AWS account root user? Choose 2, A. Changing an AWS support plan. B. Modifying an Amazon EC2 instance type. C. Grouping resources in AWS Systems Manager. D. Running applications in Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, Amazon EKS. E. Closing an AWS account. Correct answers, A and E. Which AWS service enables the decoupling and scaling of applications? A. Amazon Simple Queue Service, Amazon SQS. B. AWS Outposts. C. Amazon S3. D. Amazon Simple Email Service, Amazon SES. Correct answer, A. Which of the following describes some of the core functionality of Amazon S3? A. Amazon S3 is a high-performance block storage service that is designed for use with Amazon EC2. B. Amazon S3 is an object storage service that provides high-level performance, security, scalability, and data availability. C. Amazon S3 is a fully managed, highly reliable, and scalable file storage system that is accessible over the industry standard SMB protocol. D. Amazon S3 is a scalable, fully managed elastic NFS for use with AWS Cloud services and on-premises resources. Correct answer, A. How does consolidated billing help reduce costs for a company that has multiple AWS accounts? A. It aggregates usage across accounts so that the company can reach volume discount thresholds sooner. B. It offers an additional 5% discount on purchases of all upfront reserved instances. C. It provides a simplified billing invoice that the company can process more quickly than a standard invoice. D. It gives AWS resellers the ability to bill their customers for usage. Correct answer, A. A company wants to secure its consumer web application by using SSL/TLS to encrypt traffic. Which AWS service can the company use to meet this goal? A. AWS WAF. B. AWS Shield. C. Amazon VPC. D. AWS Certificate Manager, ACM. Correct answer, D. Which of the following are advantages of moving to the AWS Cloud? Choose 2, A. Users can implement all AWS services in seconds. B. AWS assumes all responsibility for the security of infrastructure and applications. C. Users experience increased speed and agility. D. Users benefit from massive economies of scale. E. Users can move hardware from their data center to the AWS Cloud. Correct answer, C and D. A company stores configuration files in an Amazon S3 bucket. These configuration files must be accessed by applications that are running on Amazon EC2 instances. According to AWS security best practices, how should the company grant permissions to allow the applications for access the S3 bucket? A. Use the AWS account root user access keys. B. Use the AWS access key ID and the EC2 secret access key. C. Use an IAM role with the necessary permissions. D. Activate multi-factor authentication, MFA, and versioning on the S3 bucket. Correct answer, C. A company needs an AWS service that will continuously monitor the company's AWS account for suspicious activity. The service must have the ability to initiate automated actions against threats that are identified in the security findings. Which service will meet these requirements? A. AWS Trusted Advisor. B. Amazon Detective. C. Amazon Inspector. D. Amazon Guard Duty. Correct answer, D. A company wants to analyze streaming user data and respond to customer queries in real time. Which AWS service can meet these requirements? A. Amazon QuickSight. B. Amazon Redshift. C. Amazon Kinesis Data Analytics. D. AWS Data Pipeline. Correct answer, C. Who can create and manage access keys for an AWS account root user? A. The AWS account owner. B. An IAM user that has administrator permissions. C. IAM users within a designated group. D. An IAM user that has the required role. Correct answer, A. Which AWS service can help a company detect an outage of its website servers and redirect users to alternate servers? A. Amazon CloudFront. B. Amazon GuardDuty. C. Amazon Route 53. D. AWS Trusted Advisor. Correct answer, C. A web application is hosted on AWS using an elastic load balancer, multiple Amazon EC2 instances, and Amazon RDS. Which security measures fall under the responsibility of AWS? Choose 2, A. Running a virus scan on EC2 instances. B. Protecting against IP spoofing and packet sniffing. C. Installing the latest security patches on the RDS instance. D. Encrypting communication between the EC2 instances and the elastic load balancer. E. Configuring a security group and a network access control list, NACL, for EC2 instances. Correct answer, B and C. Which of the following is an AWS well-architected framework design principle for operational excellence in the AWS Cloud? A. Go global in minutes. B. Make frequent, small, reversible changes. C. Implement a strong foundation of identity and access management. D. Stop spending money on hardware infrastructure for data center operations. Correct answer, B. Which AWS service provides intelligent recommendations to improve code quality and identify an application's most expensive lines of code? A. Amazon Code Guru. B. AWS Code Star. C. AWS Code Commit. D. AWS Code Deploy. Correct answer, A. A company wants to expand from one AWS region into a second AWS region. What does the company need to do to expand into the second region? A. Contact an AWS account manager to sign a new contract. B. Move an availability zone to the second region. C. Begin to deploy resources in the second region. D. Download the AWS Management Console for the second region. Correct answer, C. Which AWS service provides storage that can be mounted across multiple Amazon EC2 instances? A. Amazon Workspaces. B. Amazon Elastic File System, Amazon EFS. C. AWS Database Migration Service, AWS DMS. D. AWS Snowball Edge. Correct answer, B. A company needs to deploy applications in the AWS Cloud as quickly as possible. The company also needs to minimize the complexity that is related to the management of AWS resources. Which AWS service should the company use to meet these requirements? A. AWS Config. B. AWS Elastic Beanstalk. C. Amazon EC2. D. Amazon Personalize. Correct answer, B. A company has a set of databases that are stored on premises. The company wants to bring its existing Microsoft SQL Server licenses when the company moves the databases to run on Amazon EC2 instances. Which EC2 instance purchasing option should the company use to meet these requirements? A. Dedicated instances. B. Reserved instances. C. Dedicated hosts. D. Spot instances. Correct answer, A. Which of the following is a way to use Amazon EC2 auto-scaling groups to scale capacity in the AWS Cloud? A. Scale the number of EC2 instances in or out automatically, based on demand. B. Use serverless EC2 instances. C. Scale the size of EC2 instances up or down automatically, based on demand. D. Transfer unused CPU resources between EC2 instances. Correct answer, A. A company discovered unauthorized access to resources in its on-premises data center. Upon investigation, the company found that the requests originated from a resource hosted on AWS. Which AWS team should the company contact to report this issue? A. AWS Customer Service Team. B. AWS Sales Team. C. AWS Abuse Team. D. AWS Technical Support Team. Correct answer, C. A company discovered unauthorized access to resources in its on-premises data center. Upon investigation, the company found that the requests originated from a resource hosted on AWS. Which AWS team should the company contact to report this issue? A. AWS Customer Service Team. B. AWS Sales Team. C. AWS Abuse Team. D. AWS Technical Support Team. Correct answer, C. A company needs real-time guidance to follow AWS best practices to save money, improve system performance, and close security gaps. Which AWS service should the company use? A. Amazon GuardDuty. B. AWS Trusted Advisor. C. AWS Management Console. D. AWS Systems Manager. Correct answer, B. A company wants to organize its users so that the company can grant permissions to the users as a group. Which AWS service or tool can the company use to meet this requirement? A. Security Groups. B. AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM. C. Resource Groups. D. AWS Security Hub. Correct answer, B. A company runs applications that process credit card information. Auditors have asked if the AWS environment has changed since the previous audit. If the AWS environment has changed, the auditors want to know how it has changed. Which AWS services can provide this information? Choose to A. AWS Artifact. B. AWS Trusted Advisor. C. AWS Config. D. AWS CloudTrail. E. AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM. Correct answer, C and D. A company wants to use a template to reliably provision, manage, and update its infrastructure in the AWS Cloud. Which AWS service will meet these requirements? A. AWS Lambda. B. AWS CloudFormation. C. AWS Fargate. D. AWS Code Deploy. Correct answer, B. A company is reviewing the current cost of running its own infrastructure on premises. The company wants to compare these on-premises costs to the cost of running infrastructure in the AWS Cloud. How should the company make this comparison? A. Review the AWS Shared Responsibility Model. B. Audit existing software and hardware licensing costs. C. Analyze the AWS well-architected framework. D. Use Migration Evaluator. Correct answer, B. A company needs a low-code, visual workflow service that developers can use to build distributed applications. Which AWS service is designed to meet these requirements? A. AWS Step Functions. B. AWS Config. C. AWS Lambda. D. Amazon CloudWatch. Correct answer, A. A company wants to accelerate migration from its data center to the AWS Cloud. Which combination of AWS services should the company use to meet this requirement? Choose to A. Amazon Connect. B. AWS Direct Connect. C. AWS Server Migration Service, AWS SMS. D. Amazon Route 53. E. AWS Organizations. Correct answer, B and C.